Good evening and welcome to another edition of Tell the Truth and Shame the Devil. I'm Jenny Bernard, your host. As always, you can catch me right here each and every day, Monday through Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. Tell a friend to tell a friend that Tell the Truth and Shame the Devil is on the air. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we do here. We talk business, legal, social, whatever affects you in this community, we will talk about it. Hey, let's get started. Another day in the neighborhood that we call Memphis, Tennessee. And we're going to jump into this thing here and get all this set up. And hey, let's do it. I want to ask you a question today, starting off. What do you care, or how do you care about yourself? I remember years ago, they used to say, the coaches used to say, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Brother Tank, you remember that. Brother Jubert, you remember that. Brother Larry William, you remember that. We was raised on that sentiment. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Meaning that no matter how tough life seems to throw at you, you don't get up. You don't give up. You keep going because at the end of every rainstorm, there is sunshine. Until we as people realize that when things are getting tough and you look like there's no way to turn or no direction to follow, you just keep going. Now, the problem I have with our community as a whole and our leadership, and I often talk about our leadership, they used to throw a rock and hide their hand. But in this day and time, they throw a rock and stand there and look at you and let you know they are the one that threw the rock. But when the tough gets going, you seem to just quit. The tough gets going is when you elect people that have no respect for you, your community, and all the respect is for them and who they are or who they think they are. And they misuse and abuse you politically and you accept it. When the going gets tough, it's time for you to get going. It's time for us to send a clear message to all of these so-called politicians in our community, the black community that has not done anything for you since they've been in office. And the proof is in the pudding, as they used to say. Look at your neighborhood. Look at the position that your neighborhood is in. And I often say, go to other neighborhoods. You pay taxes. Clearly, it's not about how much tax you pay. It's about you paying taxes as a citizen. Some may pay more taxes because their tax bracket may be higher as it relates to property taxes. But guess what? Your taxes are just as important as their taxes because they couldn't make it as a city, as a county, without you contributing to your taxes. So don't be hoodwinked and somebody telling you that you don't pay as much tax as the people in East Memphis pay and they deserve more. That's a bunch of you know what. And the letters are BS. That's a bunch of that because you are just as important. Your community is just as important as the communities in East Memphis because you pay taxes. And I'm talking about the theme today that says that when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Meaning now it's tough right now in North Memphis and South Memphis because of the lack of representation that we are receiving. It's tough on you now, but now it's time for you to get going. We got the election coming up, and I'm going to continue to talk about that, waiting on everybody to get out the race who realize they can't raise no money, who realize that the people may not get around them, but some of them would get paid to stay in the race to divide the election. And I've witnessed that over years after years after years, and we fall in that. And what we have to start doing in this toughness, we have to get going with the individual who you know that are not qualified to be in that race, but jump in that race to do what? To divide and conquer. Not for themselves, but for other people who pay them to get into a race, to divide a race within your community, because you're the majority right now. It's up to you who you put and elect into office, because you are the majority. And here we are sitting here allowing people, so-called leaders in the community, elected and non-elected so-called leaders, that would get together and conspire against you to get the agenda done for other folks who don't live in your community, who would get the people that you elect to not really to help your community, but to hurt your community. The people that look like you and I, that you put so much trust in, that really don't have any trust in you, for you, or your community. They just there to draw a paycheck. And you got to realize that. The politicians of the day is not about working on your behalf of their constituent, it's about working on their behalf. And the evidence is there. They put it there, ladies and gentlemen, for you to know that we don't care nothing about you. And you sit back and wonder, it's tough on me. Why is it tough on you? Because you have not made the tough decision to get rid of some of these people who've been playing with you for years and who have been benefiting off of your back because you recognize their name. You saw them on the 15-second spot or 30-second spot, and you make a decision whether they're good for you based on a 30-second commercial. And you absolutely know nothing about them. And then you got people of what so-called influence, from the pulpit to the organization, that would tell you this is who you need to vote for. And they really haven't studied those candidates, but the kind of candidates have probably greased their palm. Oh yeah, a lot of that goes on by way of contribution from the 30 pieces of silver that they have gotten by way of campaign contributions. The campaign contribution is to get them elected by any means necessary, and that means to deny you, to portray you, and influence you to vote for the people that they want. Ladies and gentlemen, when you can raise $250,000 in one night on an individual that has not recognized or did anything that you wanted him to do while he's in office, and you're realizing it now. But they still banking on the fact that in 2028, they still gonna be able to hook wink you in believing that that's the candidate. Everybody's benefiting from these candidates except you. And don't accept what you see in your community as the norm. You deserve better. I know you want better. Stop taking these peanuts that they want to serve you. Stop taking these crumbs that they're putting in your community. They'll patch your street, but they do the pavement of other streets. You go down South Memphis and North Memphis, it look like old patched up jeans or patches on a pair of pants when you're riding down North or South Memphis. But you accept this. But it's a new day. It's a new time. And you have a new opportunity coming up in this election. What you have right now, I will say to you, without a doubt, in my opinion, for the county mayor race, you have nothing worth even voting for, in my opinion, in the county mayor race, except Dr. Marie Fagan. You know what they did to her. You know why they did it to her. And you need to take revenge, political revenge, against those individuals on the school board, to those individuals who threatened her because she would not approve contracts. Individuals that over an 11-year period or a period of time supposedly got $11 million to tutor our young people and still cannot pass the basic skill test. But then they're going to threaten her because she held back on certain contracts. She was really, really draining the swamp, putting people on notice as it relates to, hey, it's a new day. The going get tough, the tough get going. That means you're going to have to stand up and send a message clear from the school board to every position, the county commission, everything. You know the county commission right now would know and have you to know that the county is broke. They said they had to take from Peter to pay Paul. They had to wait, and I guess Regina Newman, the banker for the county, evidently sent them their money at the first of the year. That's what they said they was waiting on. They wanted to borrow $41 million from Peter to keep the county going until they got their check. Their check meaning your property taxes that Regina Newman collected to pay the bill. Just think about how you would manage your own life if you were taking constantly from Peter to pay Paul. You never catch up. You're in a situation that you're not resting easy at night because you got to take from Peter to pay Paul. And this is how the people that you have elected to serve you is running your county and city government. And it's time for us to wake up and decide to do something different. I'm hearing helicopters flying overhead, so we don't know exactly what's going on, and maybe they were just flying over. But I had to stop for a minute and look up here. But the thing about it is, from crime in your city to abuse of our system, that the leadership is not getting it done. Now, I'm going to tell you something. If you can take 10 elected officials and you and me, I said, take them all out. But if you can take 10 of them out, and they notice that you took 10 out, then they're going to start paying you some attention. I guarantee you, if you took 5 of the county commissioners off of the board come this year, I guarantee you those who survive and those who will replace them will understand that they got to do a better job. They got to do a job that's going to benefit you. And you need to say to them, we're tired of you taking our tax dollars and doing what you want to do and not using it to benefit our community. And they're not. They're not doing anything because you're allowing them to do these things. You are allowing them to get away with what they're doing because you do not hold their feet to the fire. You do not hold them accountable. And for that reason, they're going to continue to do what they're doing to you and doing nothing for you. You ought to get angry, politically angry, at what's going on in this city. You ought to be politically angry that Paul Young would say that his administration has lowered crime more than the last 25 years. That's a lie that's coming out of his mouth. You remember, and it's still the most dangerous city in America. You remember the chaos, the killing every night under his administration. You remember that when you told him to get rid of C.J. Davis, he did not. You remember when he waited in the darkness of night when the school board was doing that messed up. Then he got her reinstated by that city council. Oh, for me, say something about the stupid council we got from AI to all of this other foolishness that they have allowed to happen. I said to you on yesterday, if Elon Musk was going to put the turbine and they put him in Memphis because of lack of leadership, why didn't he take it to South Haven and put those 30 carbines in South Haven? But instead, they put a data center that's holding data and not a AI supercomputer. It's always in the black community that our leadership allow things to happen to us in our community. When other communities get things that are promising, but if you want something that's dangerous, in my opinion, put it in the black community because the black leadership don't care anything about the people that they supposed to be representing. So therefore, put it in their community. And then it comes down to when it's tough, you never get going. And when they put it there, you say it's all right. You never look at it. You never want to understand. Is it okay for this to happen in our community? And the answer is no. But somebody got to keep telling you that the devil is real. And the devil sits on the county commission. The devil sits in the city council. The devil sits in every elected official has that devil in them when they're not protecting and serving you, and you allow the devil to win. And that's why I said tell the truth and shame these devils that are taking advantage of you. You have that chance, but you have that chance to make a difference in your community. Do you want more? Do you deserve more? Or do you just want to be pimped out by these political figures. They getting something and you getting nothing, meaning that they are pimping you, getting you to accept nothing in return, and they get all in return. That's called pimping. It's called political pimping, and you are, you know what, and they are the pimp because you sitting back and accepting the pimp move where the pimp is being paid and you get nothing, and you get the money, you do the work, and you give your money to the political pimps. You got pimps and pimpsters. Oh, you got them all that's pimping you and acting a fool and laughing and good time Charlie. You got jokers that are selling you out to the power structure. They are pimping you, taking advantage of your tax dollars, and you get nothing in return. You are being pimp played, and if they could lay you down, they will lay you down and do something else to you. But they're doing all of those things in the name of politics. When will you wake up? And like I said, and I will continue to say, charity begins at home and then it spreads abroad. Get your house in order. Once you get your house in order, and that house, everybody, able-bodied, that's in your house, that's able to go and vote, that's able to register to vote, you get your house in order and you get that individual that's in your house, that's sucking up your air, that's getting your heat during the winter and doing nothing but laying up on you. You deserve better, and your community deserves better. Get them up, talk and have family talks. Find out who is qualified, not just because they put a suit on with a white shirt and a red tie, looking all red, white, and blue. Do they really care for you? It's just a facade that they're putting on to get elected because they're not going to do anything. And the power structure is so strong, and the people that you put in office is so weak that they fall every time to the power structure. They don't take time to really listen and watch what they're voting for or read what they're voting for. They go along to get along, to be a part of the pack, and they're taking advantage of you. So what we're going to do, we are going to do, we together is going to defeat the money people that put these individuals that look like you and I in office by our contributions. We're going to show them that the vote is more powerful than their money. You know, every one of your elected officials, you look at them, and if you say, Bernard, you said none of them are any good. I said that with conviction. I said that with truth to power. And I give you the reason why. Go outside and look at your community. When there are government services that's supposed to be in your community, taking care of your community because you are paying taxes, but you're getting none of that. You're getting patched up streets, blight in your community, and you can't get a decent raise if you're a city government worker. But those big wheels who sit back and eat big meals while making big deals with big wheels, they living good. They living, as they used to say, high on the hog while you struggling on the ground. If you're tired of struggling, then let's unite. Let's take them out politically, vote them out of office until we find the people who really want to work on your behalf, not there for the 40,000 a year, not there for the medical, not there from the crumbs from the power brokers. And they're getting crumbs based on what the power brokers are making. 300-bedroom hotel will be turned over to the power brokers once the Negro that they are selected and put in their office do their bidding. He or she is getting crumbs while they're getting millions. And over the course, it may even be billions. I'm Jennings Bernard. You're listening to Tell the Truth and Shame the Devil. You know the number 901-288-5779. If not, hey, just leave a comment. I know you're watching. And not only just in the city of Memphis, this goes all over in the parameter of the viewing audience. If you got something like this in your community, in any other state that you're in, and you're black and you look at your streets, this message is for you. And I'm talking about your elected official that's supposed to represent you that look like you. Then you have nothing, as well as Memphis has nothing, working on your behalf. We have to tell the truth and shame the devil all over this country. And the time is now. You can't wait and say we'll do it next time. Next time may be too late for you to do it. The time is right now for you to take a stand, to stand up and do what's right. I'm Jennings Bernard. You've been listening to Tell the Truth and Shame the Devil. I'm trying to work my way back, not fully where I want to be and fully how I used to be, but I'm here. And we're going to get this message out. We're going to plan and we're going to do what's right. Once the filing deadline is over and we know who we got, you know how we need to go full force in supporting the people that's going to support you. And we're going to keep you informed on that as well. As always, I really do appreciate you tuning in and being a part. We're going to cut it short today, but we will be back tomorrow, as the word always is said by my grandmother. If it's the Lord's will and the creek don't rise, we'll see you tomorrow. But remember what I said. Trust everyone, but do not trust the devil inside of them. Take care. We look forward to talking to you on tomorrow. Have a good night. And subscribe always to this program as well as on MemphisRealTalk.com, Spotify, X, and on YouTube. Take care.